Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel.
And over the past 3 years, we've brought you to almost 150 different restaurants and eateries here in Las Vegas. And tonight, we're bringing it back to a repeat.
That's right. We really enjoyed Best Friend the last time we were here, so we're going to give it another chance. Let's go.
Alright, we just got done at Best Friend, and I will tell you the environment is very cool, but it is also very loud.
Very, very loud.
Yes, we ended up right in front of the DJ booth, and so there was quite a bit of bass going on at our table, and we were not going to be able to communicate what we thought about the food, even with our microphones.
We weren't going to fight that tonight. There is just no way. No possible way.
So, we took notes, we took pictures.
That's right.
Let's go.
All right, so first off, we started off with a couple of drinks. I got one called watermelon. Josh got one called cucumber.
Both of them had a little bit of spice to them. Both of them, the cucumber, a little refreshing flavor. The watermelon, a little sweet. Yeah,
it was very good. Great starter, and they also started us off with freaking fresh bread.
Yeah.
Or warm bread. I don't know how fresh it is, but it was warm.
It seemed
delicious.
Fresh.
Yeah, great.
You know, think of your Hawaiian sweet rolls. That's basically what it is. It's got warmth, it's got some crisp on top, it's got that coarse salt. Such a good start.
Yeah.
So happy to have it.
And then we did a couple of repeats of the food we had a couple years ago when we were there. All right, so our first starter was slippery shrimp. Man, that stuff was good.
Yes, we did get that the last time. And we knew that it had been a long time since we've had it, over 2 years and probably 100 restaurants.
Yeah.
But it was something that stuck out in our minds, and boy, did it.
It's so good. Super crispy. It's a nice thin batter on that shrimp. That shrimp is not overdone. As I know, shrimp can be pretty temperamental when you cook it, but it was
and the sauce was actually like a thicker sauce.
Yeah.
It was creamy, but it had tons of flavor. And I know Rachel initially said like, oh, that heat comes on fast, or comes on slow. And I was like, that's a punch in the mouth heat for me. Like, it just hammered me right away, but it was a good heat. Yeah, I love the fact that the crispiness just held throughout. The heat was strong, but it wasn't overwhelming.
No.
It's the kind of thing that keeps bringing you back, and I know I was picking up the scraps off that plate.
Yeah.
It was so dang good. And best starter you can do, probably, in my mind.
I agree, and it's one of those things like, how is it still crispy still to the end? Like, it is doused in sauce.
Yes.
And it's not bad, it's just doused in sauce. I don't know, I do not get it. I don't understand it, but it's freaking delicious.
Right.
And that's all that matters.
Now, the one thing that I did note was that if you are gonna get it, you better like heat.
Yeah, agreed.
There is heat. And actually, most of the stuff that we got has some heat to it.
Yep, they're pretty strong flavors, pretty good spices to it. Yeah, absolutely.
Next up was the fried chicken, which actually was one of my favorite dishes in 2021. I loved it. It's very crispy, thick but not heavy. It has a lot of purpose to it. It almost is a little bit dry on the outside. On
that batter type.
Yeah, because it's more of a dry rub than like a soaked and fried.
Yeah, and there's some salt in there. I would say of all the dishes, that's the one that's the least spicy.
Agreed.
I don't think there's any spice in it. But it also has kind of it's a salty, but there's a hint of sweet, a small hint of sweet.
Yes.
So tasty. Comes with a honey mustard and
a sweet chili sauce, which if you've ever had like sweet chili sauce from an Asian grocery store, it seems like it's that, just cracked open, poured out.
Yep.
Now, for good or for bad, that's what it seems like. And that's what I dunked most of mine in. I know you went with the honey mustard. And they are chicken thighs, boneless chicken thighs, which is our favorite. If you're enjoying this video and you want to see more Las Vegas restaurant and hotel reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have almost 150 restaurant reviews in Las Vegas alone.
And then we went with the kimchi fried rice. Now this is another repeat for us because we had it with the tasting menu 2 years ago, 2+ years ago. And we decided we needed some rice to go with our meat course.
Yeah.
Originally ridiculous.
Originally we were just gonna get the shrimp, the chicken, and the barbecue platter, which is coming up next.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was 0 sides that we were gonna order, so we needed something to go along with it. But the kimchi fried rice, I thought was delicious.
Again, there's some heat. Now that one is a little bit more subtle, and it builds on the heat with that one. I will tell you the piece that stood out for me, the green onions on that. I just love that taste and added a little bit of texture. I just love that.
Yeah, I noted that there was like a slow build to the heat. Like the more you ate it, the heat just definitely rised up. You do get that cabbage from the kimchi. It's very tender, easy to eat, so you're not like eating raw cabbage or anything.
Yeah.
I also thought that there was like a nice little saltiness that you get from like some soy sauce in there. The egg is very good. Actually, the egg is interesting because it's right on top. You crack it open, and once you stir it up, I don't even notice that there's an egg in it. So
I think it kind of binds it all together.
That seems likely, yeah. So I think it does bind it together. And then back to the music. I think one of the reasons why we enjoyed the music here more than we did over at, like when we were at Stan's Social Prime or Cathedral, Toca Madera, it's not just club music. It's not just house music going, but it's like songs that we know, you know, that we grew up with. So for us, it was stuff that we actually enjoyed. So even though we're talking to you in our room because we couldn't talk in the restaurant for the camera, we enjoyed it more.
In addition, it's a much more casual atmosphere.
It is.
It's very fun. It's very, it's got a really cool vibe, a real chill vibe. But it definitely is a much more casual atmosphere than some of the other clubby type restaurants we've talked about.
Yeah.
And again, that's why we didn't mind it so much at all. Yeah. And then we went with the barbecue platter.
Yes, barbecue platter. And if you've done, actually we had just done Korean barbecue
about a month and a half ago.
Yeah. And really, like, after everything was cooked, it looked like what this came out as.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I don't think the flavors were probably as good, but this was awesome. So you do end up with a very thinly sliced spicy pork.
Yeah.
Some chicken thighs, boneless, which is garlic chicken. And then you have some bulgogi, which is like short rib. I believe it's LA short rib.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not wrong.
Colby trio or Calbee trio.
Yes.
Yeah.
The beef short ribs.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah. And what I liked about it is each meat ate differently.
Agreed.
The flavor of each meat ate differently. The texture of each meat ate differently. Yeah. And that's why it was really good. Now I'll admit I ended with rice because after eating just a big old pile of meat, I needed to finish that way.
Yeah, and we got the barbecue platter. I was aiming for that garlic chicken because the garlic chicken was boneless thighs again, but I knew we needed a couple other meats to try since we had fried chicken earlier, and I will tell you the one that stood out is those beef ribs. Wow. They were just something else. Beef, I mean, and we ranked them ourselves as we were eating dinner, and it's not because any of them weren't something we'd eat again.
Right.
They were all delicious, and we'd eat them all again. But
yeah, the spicy pork is what I like the most. Yeah. But I also, like I said, I like that there's all 3 of them, because I think if you were just eating the one, just a big old pile of it, I'd lose it a little bit. But like, yeah, getting the different textures, the different tastes, everything was good. And then for dessert, we had no room.
We had no room.
That was too much food.
For one of the rare times in Vegas, we actually asked for a to-go box this time. Because
we are going to be eating that stuff
all
at home.
Yeah. Service in there is great. They are very, like I said, they're very casual, very fun. I think it's cool to see them there in like these tracksuits. So it's all kind of fun to see it. It's just a totally different vibe than a typical fancy dinner, for sure. And you can, although ours was I mean, it was reasonably priced. You can eat a lot cheaper than we did.
Yeah,
they're very reasonably priced.
What we ordered probably is good for 3 to 4 people.
Yeah.
And also, it was very fast. You know, we were in and out within 90 minutes. So if you are a person who does not want one of those very formal 2-hour, 3-hour dinners here in Las Vegas, this is a good spot for you to check out. And we even asked to pace it out, and it's still paced out at under 90 minutes.
Yep.
So, very good. So glad we got to go back finally.
Me too.
If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. All our links are down below.
See ya.